Empatia. Yes.
Jimmy speaking Spanish. Yeah. So, I'm gonna tell you something before we start.
Oh God. I hate when anybody starts to. So I'm gonna tell you something.
But wait, has it ever happened to you that when working at a school, the songs that you sing to the kids, they get stuck in your head, and they become bops. Like you turn them into bops. Like currently, my obsession is papu bruna bitlin flöjta kvarter hanna fara badna elda och spröjta. It's just because of that.
Yeah. You know, what was the song? I'm always singing, because we sing like a choosing song, so it's like, the ero koma val ake ta ta ta, sitamago sha sha sha, oh cha cha cha. But I'm always like, the ero koma ba 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 ba. Ake ta 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 ta, sitamago sha 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 sha, oh cha cha cha. Because they're like, okay.
Yeah, you turn them into like this pop hits or something.
I'm like, single that's gonna make me millions?
Yeah,
I think so.
It's like Papu, now available on iTunes or something.
That would be amazing. But if you think about it, the kids' songs on YouTube, how much money are they making?
Oh my God, all of it.
Right?
Yeah.
We should do some Icelandic songs because they're not much out there.
Yeah, so
monetize that shit. Boom.
Here's an idea. Like pentatonics, but for Leg Scully songs.
We got to bring back the Hjónaband. Boom, boom, boom. Get all the voices in there.
Yeah.
Listen, we about to make some money.
And most of us are kindergarten teachers.
See?
So
why didn't we think of this before?
Yeah, we should have just not done a podcast.
Record this shit once, make money, sit at home.
Yeah.
I don't have to rent no car. I get a car.
Put it on YouTube and it's the
yes.
Let the algorithm work.
Right. And welcome to Listen, the podcast with two messy attention hogs fighting for the spotlight. Was that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, woo!
What's your name, though?
Oh, yeah, okay. So my name is Jamisha.
And I'm Dan... Quisha?
That's
horrible. Can I say that?
You can be Danina.
Yeah.
Danina.
But can I say that though?
Dan Quisha? Of course you can. It's just a name.
Yeah. But
there's no cultural appropriation here.
I'm not gonna get canceled.
I mean, you were canceled the first episode, so it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't... I mean, people get... I was wondering, what is the opposite of canceled? So when they're like, Daquisha is canceled. And they're like, actually, we like you, so we're going to bring you back.
Oh. I don't know. Well, I've actually been thinking about it because when I was editing the first episode, I said something about not really believing in coming out.
Oh.
But
you were canceled I forgot.
I feel like I should have explained that a little better, but the constraints of time didn't really allow it for that. And we were just doing stream of consciousness, just like we're doing now. Mm-hmm. So what I mean by that is that I don't believe in the position of coming out. That
backtracking.
I'm not backtracking.
I'm just kidding.
Listen. So I don't believe in the position of coming out where you put yourself out there for approval.
Oh, okay.
So I do believe in self-acceptance.
Yes.
I do believe in telling people who you are and what you identify with. But the model that's seen out there, where coming out is coming out equals other people approving you, that's the thing I'm totally not in agreement with.
I like that idea of it, because when you mentioned it before, of course it comes off as like not arrogant, but this kind of modern day queer person, like, I don't believe in coming out, which some people don't. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I do like that idea, because the one thing I find nowadays that I don't like all those coming out videos. I know that some of them are good for other people to see, right? Because they're seeing, most of the time it's acceptance. But sometimes it's not that way. It's not always a pretty picture like we would like it. And I think it's also such an intimate thing that, I mean, if I went back and saw my coming out, it's not that I would be embarrassed, but it's so sensitive. Like, it's such a sensitive topic. And I feel like we're capitalizing on such a intimate moment. And then I start to wonder, what do we have for ourselves? Like, what is left for us? But that's me getting, like, super deep into it and stuff. So.
True. Like, when I came out to my mom about a year ago. Mm-hmm. That's what I said in the first episode. My coming out was just, like, basically along the lines of I'm just going to tell you this. But I'm not actually looking for your approval. Like, this is it. And looking back to it, I was just like, I'm ready to fight.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready for my conflict.
Come on.
Yeah. And my mom was like, yeah, the sky's blue. And Chavez is dead. And, whatever floats your boat. I mean, I don't know why I thought she would have a problem with it.
But I had the same thing.
Yes.
It's the way society kind of makes us think. Anything queer, be prepared to kind of give up your life and like family and friends and stuff like that. I mean, at least at one point in time it was. It's changing, thankfully.
Yeah, but to conclude this part, because we've just been ranting for about 12 minutes now.
Fucking surprise.
Yeah, I do not believe in the idea that coming out is to seek approval from others. Mm-hmm. I do believe in visibility. I do believe in being who you are and just putting it out there. Mm-hmm. But just put it out there. And, if people have a problem with that, there are other options. They can just turn around. They can just go away, whatever. But
preach.
Yeah, but it's not subject to other people approving you.
Yeah.
But when you put yourself in that position, you're putting yourself up to people saying no.
Yeah.
And then that's a sort of weird validation I don't really vibe with.
And I really love that idea, because I was I was on Instagram and I was looking at India Moore, the actress. Have you seen Pose?
Nope. Yes.
Okay.
I just don't know names.
She is like the face. Whenever it's like they go to the pageant, she's she's gorgeous.
Yeah. Is she the one that in second two, I don't know if it's spoilers, but whatever, where she had like a photo shoot or something? Okay.
The model.
Yes.
Yeah, she's the model. So, her post was her reposting. I think I'm getting this right. Dominique Jackson, who plays Electra. And she was saying, I'm not looking for your approval. Who didn't know? She says, I don't want you to accept me. I'm fucking it up now. It's so bad. But what she was pretty much was saying is that, like, I'm not looking for your approval. I'm not looking for your tolerance. I don't want you to tolerate me. I am here. You will respect me. Yeah. And I think, I'm like, wouldn't that be amazing if that's how we all thought? Because the thing is, when you're a minority in any situation, and if you stand up for yourself, people are more like, well, shit, I can't run over this person.
Yeah.
Right? And then if you're a minority, but together with other people, you stand together, you like look into the face of people and say, no, you don't control me. No. And I think that's amazing. But I like that idea. You're not canceled. You're rehired. You got the job.
Yes. And I didn't have to do like a 40-minute apology video.
Yeah. I mean, such bullshit. I'm like, okay, it started as like a pop thing, right? Like pop stars.
Yeah.
They had to make apology for like, I don't know, nude photos or some crude comment or something to keep the career. And then it became a YouTuber's thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. I also think sometimes, I think it's okay to say, hey, I made a mistake. But a lot of these apologies that I see, which I don't really watch a lot of them, to be honest, I think it's so ingenuine. And I'm like, listen, if you're not sorry about it, don't be sorry about it. Most people are going to feel that.
Yeah, most people are also sorry that they're losing a big chunk of money.
Exactly. Yeah. Ching, ching, ching. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's what those apologies are for. It's nothing... I mean, I'm not going to say it's nothing and nobody's genuine when they do it, but a lot of them are. And sometimes you do see people that say, I didn't think about it that way. I didn't see that perspective. I honestly, truly apologize and I say sorry. But at the same time, the other people have the right to be upset or angry or whatever. But that also means that you don't have to carry that on your shoulders anymore.
True.
You know, you can just try and be better each and every time. Yeah. So, I mean, how did we even get to this road? Weren't we going to talk about like culture and language? And
I know we had a whole thing planned out before we got here, and I was like, nope,
messy.
It's not mess. It's just sidetracking.
I just want to say, I'm really sorry.
We like
sidetracking.
We like to keep our audience on their toes.
Yes. At the edge of their seat.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. Finally, the new X-Men is coming out. It's been postponed for like a year and a half. I've been waiting for it.
I could not care less.
Anybody?
I mean, I like the X-Men, but the X-Men movies have been consistently bad.
Don't close your mouth. Okay? Although I will say this. Dark Phoenix, I was so disappointed with.
Because proving my point.
Listen, that's just one out of many. But it was because I thought it was going to be about her. And, okay, it was, but it was still focused on the boys. It was such a boys' club. And I think she's an amazing actress. I think her character is probably one of the most dynamic and interesting characters. You know, you go from being like a soft kitten, sort of quote-unquote weak, kind of feeble character, to being one of the strongest characters in the Marvel universe. True. Ooh, controversy. I said it. She's so strong.
But, I mean, the animated series in the 90s was amazing. And the Phoenix saga of it was just, oh my God. Awesome.
Oh my God. I was a full-on teenager living my teenage life, and I would go home and watch that show, not tell anybody about it, but live every single fantasy in each and every episode, and go outside and be like, I'm going to drive my car and pretend I'm the Phoenix. Phoenix or Storm.
Mm-hmm. I, for some reason, love the whole David Bowie aspect of Gambit. I don't know if you've seen it.
Listen,
I don't know if you ever saw it.
Gambit was the hottest motherfucker.
Gambit was secretly, not secretly bisexual.
I mean,
let's just put it out there.
He was straight up out there living that sexy bisexual life.
He would just do whoever.
Yeah, and that because he had that what was it? Wasn't he Asian?
He was Cajun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say French, but it's like no, from New Orleans kind of thing. Yeah.
Ugh. Where's his movie? And the guy that they had playing Gambit, so attractive.
I've never seen the movie.
But wait, it was in the Wolverine movie, I think.
No.
You haven't seen it?
I saw Logan.
Okay, not the Logan one. It was the Wolverine.
Oh no, I didn't see that one.
Logan was a good one though too.
Logan was a great movie.
And I have to say, I was so smitten and am with Hugh Jackman. But it's kind of worn off on me because I was really like, but
I think all the attraction that I felt for Hugh Jackman while he was doing Wolverine blew away when he did The Greatest Showman.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I don't know why though.
I don't either because the thing is, I love a man that can sing a dance.
But
he's so attractive.
He just does it like a dad that wants to be cool.
Yes, exactly. That is it. Because he's like, so you're cute, but then he's like, hody hody ho.
Like, I just always get this image of Phil from Modern Family, like doing the "we're all in this together" during the entire movie.
Oh my god. So yeah, so not good. But all of the actors in X-Men, all of the male actors for me were like wildly attractive. I had a crush on like all of them. Even the older ones, kind of. Those are like some Patrick Stewart. Have you seen a picture of Patrick Stewart when he's younger? Oh my god. What a babe. He was straight up bae. I don't even use that word, but he was bae. So beautiful. Yeah. And what's his name? Sir, I don't remember.
I am really bad with actors and actresses' names.
Well, we're just gonna have to move on. But not perfect. Anyway, the point is, I also have the biggest crush on James Marsden, that played Cyclops.
Yeah.
And then I lived in Savannah, Georgia, and I didn't meet him. I just took away the end of the story, right?
Yeah.
So I took out all the Tolkien of it. But he came to the movie festival there, and I was like dreaming dreams that I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Because there might be little younger people listen to this.
Yeah.
I freaking doubt it. I'm not going to start saying freaking. I'm not going to lie. I'm not even going to do it because it's going to slip and it already has.
You were thinking impure thoughts.
Very impure, very wet thoughts. Anyway, the point is, God, I hope nobody from my work hears this. But I was hoping he would come into the restaurant that I was working at, because we used to get like famous people in there.
Yeah.
Who did we get? We got Goldie Hawn once. Yeah.
That's great.
And her man, I don't know who his name is. And they went.
Like you're just throwing a bunch of actors and actresses' names, and I'm just like, yeah, that person. I mean, I know Goldie Hawn. Yeah. Is kind of a legend.
Iconic, right?
Yeah. But none of the new people. I was going to say things.
None of the new things. Yeah. None of the new mutants. Anyway, this all started with my excitement from that.
Yeah. So
let's continue.
Yeah. So how have you been?
I've been really good. Yeah. Work. And I've got some new kids in my group.
Right.
It's kind of exciting because one of the girls is actually from the States. And so it was kind of fun to have that connection as well. But it's just nice it's nice to kind of get back in a routine. I went to meet my coworkers from my other job as well, so we're gonna start working there. And yeah, I can feel the what do you say, the autumn coming on though.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting to get this car, if this guy will ever reply. I'm just gonna go with another company. Like, you don't want to reply with, you don't want to reply to my emails, then you don't want my business.
Sorry about that.
Are you live?
Yes.
Because I was gonna ask you how you are.
Yeah. I'm also getting new kids next week. Just been preparing for the meeting with the parents, for the first time. Yeah. I'm a bunch of nerves right now.
But you know, once you get in there, it'll be amazing, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know. That's what happened last year, but I was not the head of the classroom. So this time, as the head of the classroom, like, I'm gonna be like in...
Wait, are you the deltastjóri?
Yes, I am.
What? When did this happen?
When my deltastjóri from last year found another job, and I...
Why am I just hearing about this?
Podcast exclusives.
Oh my god, you heard it first. LSTN POD.
Oh my god. I don't know why I'm coughing though. It's not corona, but...
Let's freaking hope not.
But yeah, so this year, I am the head of the classroom. And
congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. I see another compliment.
Damn it. I gotta stop being nice.
And yeah, and one of my low-key, high-key fears is, you know, parents are just gonna come to a place where they're gonna not drop, but like trust their 2-3-year-old kids with a brown utlendingur that barely speak Icelandic, and I feel like it's gonna be a whole mess. But I know once they get to know me and they see that I really like their kids and all that, they're just gonna be okay. They're just, you know, there's insecurity all around.
Yeah.
So on my part, on their part, so it's just like, it's just the initial jitters.
I have that insecurity too, like, and I have this sometimes annoyingly overwhelming need to mention that I am Icelandic, just to kind of throw any insecurities out the window. But the other thing is, if I'm good at my job, if I was exactly how I am and who I am today, minus the Icelandic part, I would still be amazing. I'm complimenting myself now. But there is that thing. I mean, culturally, in this country, to be honest.
Great segue for our topic of today about culture.
I was trying to go for that. See? I'm learning.
See, audience, we were not just sidetracking you with the thing we were just telling before.
What is it called? Segue, and they call it whatever. Keep going.
And I have put it out there. Like, I talked to my principal. I'm trying to use the English words.
I know. You have to like really switch your.
So I'm trying to I talked to the principal, and to another one of the heads of the class. You know, someone that we mutually know, and I put this. Yeah.
Who? Oh,
we cannot.
The T.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We cannot say names. I don't know if they want to be named, but.
That's true. I don't think actually because of the
Yeah. So whatever. So another head of the department or the head of the class that we also know, mutually know, and I've put that insecurity out there. So just like, hey, it's gonna be, and also since the leikskóli kindergarten workplace is mostly dominated by women.
Yep.
But guys, let's
please we need more men in the kindergarten.
Let's please forget about the notion that this is work just for women.
Can I say one thing though?
Yeah.
Because I was talking with my aunt, and she told me in the beginning, and at least here in Iceland, it was a male-dominated field, and then
Kindergartens.
Yes, and then the pay went down, and the men left.
Of course.
I don't know how true that is, but that's what she said.
Putting it out there, men can also be nurturing, caring, and create educational spaces for children in development. So get to it.
Yes, and I think it's so important because, so I think about Laurus, for example, my son, and I think about how important it is to have different kinds of role models. So he has the spectrum of women, and he has me and one other teacher. And I told that guy, I said, listen, you better not quit.
Yeah.
And you better not have another baby soon. Everybody in my school is getting pregnant.
Yeah, so going back to that idea, like, it's not a bad thing, that the kindergarten business, it's not a business, but the kindergarten workplace is mostly women. And parents are kind of used to the idea that they're going to have a head of the department that's going to be a woman. Like, they probably had that in their mind before. So when they got the email from me, a person with a foreign name that doesn't end in son, it's just like, who am I putting my child in care with?
Exactly.
So it's probably a natural thing. I mean, you want your kid to be safe, and to have that level of uncertainty kinda sets people's alarms.
Because there is such a lack of diversity in certain work positions. If you have somebody that is an entry-level kindergarten worker, that's fine. But somebody that is, okay, if you have male, okay, it's a male Icelandic. But the moment you put male foreigner head of something, then they're kind of like, hold up.
What happened?
Exactly. But the other thing that I would think is, if you're a parent and you were very pleased with your school, you have to know that the head of the school is not going to willingly put somebody in that position without having full trust in them themselves.
Yeah, totally.
Because they know how society thinks.
Yeah. And that's why I put this insecurity out there with people that have had more experience.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm still confident that everything's going to be okay. And, when you get like the parents from the kids that are moving up to other classrooms, they're like, oh, it's going to be so sad. They just like, and they say, oh, she really likes, or he really likes coming to this kindergarten and blah, blah, blah. But, it's those initial nerves. But, I just want to point out also that we just got political for a bit.
I know. Listen, I was going to dig deeper. And I'm like, it's better that I just shut up for a moment.
We're actually doing the listen part of listen where we're just getting political. Yes. And our hands are just closing, and it's like...
I mean, I really get curious because I do voice my opinions, but it is one thing when you put your opinion out there in the World Wide Web in such a way, because then you are subjecting yourself to other people's opinions, which is fine. But my thing is that I can't stand is when you say, well, this is the experience that I have and the experiences that I've witnessed or heard from other people experiencing. And they're like, no. I'm like, because, can I get political again?
Sure.
Okay, just one moment, just to give one little example, because somebody I was telling about, like this sort of situation of people of a certain, and here's the thing, it's not even just foreign, it's certain foreign countries, certain foreign people that will not get to a certain level in this country. There are occasions, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but a lot of the times it doesn't happen. And the full example that I have of that is somebody in my family works at a very, very well-known company. But when she started there, she started with her family name.
Yeah.
And it's foreign. She didn't get any callbacks. Like, she didn't get any interviews or anything. And this is a very well-known company. She's Icelandic, but has a foreign name on paper. She grew up here, lived here, everything. The moment she changed her last name to a typical Icelandic name, interview, job.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw that onto the universe, and we're gonna keep talking about shit.
And that's been in the news here.
Yeah, and it's more and more. That's one thing I do like, is that we're getting the stories and people are talking about it. But what shocks me is sometimes people live in their bubble, and they just don't want to hear it. They don't want to accept it. And I'm saying, listen, I'm not saying it's directly you. But what I am saying is you have to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Because it does exist.
Yeah.
There's many amazing, great things about this country, right? But there are flaws, just like every place in the world. So
Sure.
the best thing we can do is acknowledge it.
If I were to make a list of flaws of Venezuela right now.
I mean, don't even say the States.
Yeah.
Please.
So, like, it's not that we don't like living here. I love living here.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some things and aspects where we could do better.
Yes, exactly. It's one of the things when my first kindergarten, I was working there, we went on strike. And the teacher said, we're not saying that we're not grateful for what we have and that things are absolutely horrible. But what we're saying is, we can always improve. And when we stop wanting and fighting to improve and are willing to improve, that's when things are going to get very bad and stuff like that. So,
because it's always like stuck in the certain level of like conformity or like I don't want to say status quo, because I don't want this to get too political.
Oh my god!
Because we're using political quote or buzzwords now.
Yeah.
So just like no. But yeah, it's just like it would be nice to always try to strive for not get stuck in the same places.
Yes, I agree.
But let's get political.
I know.
Like, this is also for all the viewers. This is nobody's viewing this. For all
what
the
are they
listeners,
viewing?
I don't know. I always feel like there are cameras around me, so that's why I say viewers.
Listen, as a kid, I used to think people were watching in my window, and I used to be like, I'm so scared. But then I used to do stuff like acting, doing weird things, and be like, somebody's watching me. What a fucked up kid.
I know. But yeah, for all the listeners, I know where I was going with this.
Yes.
Like we're probably gonna get political at some point.
Yes.
So it's best to just burst that bubble on the second episode.
Yeah.
And then we just go back to more mess.
Yeah.
And then we just mix politics here, or not even politics, like opinions. Come on, I mean, this podcast is all about our opinions. So
exactly.
If our opinions get political, they're gonna get political.
Girl, preach. Because the other thing is, if we start getting afraid to talk about something, then it's not also going to be organic like we like it. You know, it's not going to be a natural flow. And we don't have to get like cray-cray. But it's good to... Because we do live in this country in a foreign state of mind in a way while assimilating. Yeah. So it's good to have our opinions and our experiences out there. Yeah. And that can be political sometimes.
That can and maybe will. But...
Culture.
Yeah, culture.
Nice segue.
Nice segue, yeah. Let's do culture now.
Oh my god.
So, we were talking the other day. So this is... it was like one of the things that we were doing for practice. Like podcast practice. That we both come from cultures that in the surface seem different. But there are things that are very similar and they get super connected. Yeah. And like, I would really think that both our moms would just be like best friends.
Oh my god.
They would... I'm gonna use this word. They would just kiki and just like yes. Do like... My mom doesn't drink that much, but you know, whatever the equivalent of drinking would be, she would do it. Yeah. And you know, they would probably do another podcast about us.
I cannot imagine. But you, my mom, when you think about me or see me or know me, whatever, and then you meet my mom, you're like, oh, fuck, it makes sense. Like, sometimes I look at her, I'm like, get it together. You're the adult here. Ha!
You're the mom.
Yes, you're the mom. But I know I love my mom, but she can be a mess too.
I haven't really gotten to experience the mess of your mom, but
oh wait for it. Jesus.
But I've been around her and she's very fun to be with. Like she drops these hints of shade here and there, which is just like amazing.
But I will say this: it took her a little while to get there because she was very like. Oh god, I'm lip smacking again. But she has a sense of humor, but she's also very sensitive like me, or I'm sensitive like her. And then me and my siblings are, when we get together, especially my older sisters, they are so shady. Oh my god, you hear that? I'm talking about the two of you. They are so shady. And so my mom couldn't handle our jokes. And then when she moved to Iceland, she was with her own sister. She's the most shady person ever. Yeah. So my mom really learned how to throw shade more and more and more.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you see my mom, you wouldn't really see it. Like, my mom is a bit more reserved. Mm-hmm. But when she speaks and say things, she just drops these mics like, bam.
I would love that.
and you know, she was always around us, like, and we would always joke even when we were like teenagers in our early 20s, beginning 20s. What am I saying? Like, in teenagers, early 20s, and we would just, you know, joke or make fun or like do some. Make fun of her or like, you know, make jokes fun of her. Mm-hmm. And she would just take it until one moment she would be like, she would drop these things on us and we were like, okay. like there was this one time that, you know, my mom is divorced, so, and there was one time where she was dating this guy, and the code word for dating is that I'm just gonna go have coffee for a bit. But we all knew what was happening. Like, now as an adult, and living abroad and all of that, like, I understand, like, she wanted to have like emotional connections to other people and that, but maybe the, you know, having kids and all of that, and maybe starting that kind of relationship would be something that she didn't necessarily want. Yeah. So she was just have these dates with someone, and she would just go have coffee. And we started just like poking fun at that. Oh, she's gonna go have fun, and gonna have coffee and all of that, and making jokes or poking fun at the fact that she could probably gonna go meet someone and make out and whatever, all of that. Like,
Mom, you're so happy. What happened?
You're glowing. But it came one day that we were just doing that as she was leaving, and she was like, "You guys know what? I'm 43 years old now. I can freaking make out with whoever I want, and there's nothing you can do to stop it." And we were like she used a word in Spanish that's the equivalent to make out. And it was just like, why are you using that word? So it made the make out might be like just two people kissing, but the word that she used in Spanish was more like tongue all over and like all that. So she put that image in our heads, and we were just like, okay, we're just gonna drop it.
This isn't fun anymore.
Yeah, we were like, oh. we needed to take turns to the shower to like wash our heads from the image. Oh my god, I need more
like
hot water.
See, that's the thing. They know, like, I'm gonna shut this down, and boom, and you guys are like, okay, no more.
Yeah.
Have fun in your coffee date.
Have fun drinking coffee.
Exactly. Hope you get some sugar. I'm not even gonna go anymore with that. I'm just gonna stop right there.
But when she would do that, she would also shut things down for other things, like discipline style. Like I remember vividly that she would say this phrase to us, translated into English. It was like, tomorrow never comes. So when we were too lazy to do something, or when we wanted to put something off, especially house chores, it was just that she would always drop the tomorrow never comes in Spanish, and we should be like, oh, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to do it.
But see, that's the thing. My mom would use the phrase, tomorrow says the lazy one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty similar though.
Exactly. Tomorrow says the lazy one. Because I'd be like, oh, maybe I'll do it later. And then it's like, tomorrow says the lazy one. And I'm like, listen, who do you think I got this from? She would have slapped me upside my head too. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did you just finish working? I don't think so. Do you want food tonight? That's what I thought. Who's gonna fold your laundry? Go sit your ass down and go clean your room.
My mom would never do clapbacks like those. But with just one look, she would have me edit myself.
Oh.
So that, because me and my mom have a bit of a close relationship, and I am very blunt with words sometimes, all the time. and with my mom, it's a bit more than that. So I acknowledge this publicly. So mom, if you're listening, I mean, you probably already know. So, but whenever we argue, or when we were living together in the same house, when we had arguments, she would just feel the pressure stacking up, and when I was about to say things that would probably grant me a slap in the back of my head, but wait, I'm just putting it out there before I get canceled again. Hitting your kids is not good.
Yeah.
This is just what happened in South America and all of that. 20 plus years ago, things have changed. My mom has actually never hit me, but before I get canceled.
I love you. Like, no cancelage, please.
No cancels. Just 2 episodes, please. So she would just give me a look, and I will mentally edit, like, you know, word style. Like I would see the words like highlighted in red.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And we're like, no, I can't say that. No, this sounds too sarcastic. No, this sounds too sassy. It's more like talk backy. Just go back.
But that's the thing. I was not clear enough because my mom wouldn't say these things, but I would hear her internal dialogue with the look. And she'd be like, huh, what'd you say? Oh, see, that's the thing, too. She wouldn't say the whole thing. She would say a phrase like this. She'd be like, what'd you say? And then I'd be like, I'm sorry. I just shat myself. I'm going to go to my room now and I'm going to clean up. I'm going to clean myself up and I'm going to clean my room. And it would be like,
That's what I thought.
Yeah, exactly. And my dad was that same way. But he would be like, boy, you better get up out of my face. And I jokingly do this voice with Loudest now. But, I mean, if you wanted to know what fear was, it was the look from my mother and the tone of voice from my father.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And my mom, she would do the face and her lips would like
the
disappear.
face and the lips, yes.
Yes, and the point. And sometimes she wouldn't even have to point. She would just be like, and her head would kind of shake. You know, she'd like get all tense and her head would shake a little bit.
Oh my God,
and
it's the same thing.
Fuck.
Like, I'm reliving my childhood in a Latino household.
You'd be like, I'm sorry.
And when I was growing up, when I was probably like 7 to 11 or something, like, if my mom would say, I'm gonna count to 3, those were, okay, and now I have to step it up. I say, you didn't want her to reach to 2, and in her benevolence, she would hold for 2 the distance between 2 or 3.
Yes. You gonna make me say 3? Oh, you're gonna regret hearing the number 3. It's like, it gives you trauma, you know, because that's why people don't want to be number 3. They don't want to be 3rd or 2nd. They just want to be number 1 because they know 1 is safe. 2, you feel your ass stinging. Number 3, you're dead.
Yeah, basically.
Plan your funeral, you're dead.
Yeah, basically.
I mean,
and one of the things when I was a toddler that my mom would do is like, you know, whenever I would just get in a tantrum at the house, she would just be like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand what you're saying if you cry like that. Like, and she would just like offer, like, do you want to go to the bathroom and cry? And when you're ready, you can come back and talk.
Listen, did me and your mom go to the same school? I have told my niece and nephew that. Like, they're crying, and I'm like, when you're ready to use your words, we'll talk together. I'm going to go sit over here. And I just sit there, and I wait it out, and they come over, and I'm like, you ready to talk? Yes. I'm like, that's good. Let's do this. You know?
But just like, that offer is disarming.
Right. You're like,
do I want to go to the bathroom and cry?
Exactly. You. That's why people cry in the shower these days as adults.
True.
They're like, I connected with my childhood. I do want to go to the bathroom and cry. I mean, how many times have you cried in the shower? I did it.
Countless.
Guilty as charged. Mother opening doors you didn't know you needed. Like, I didn't have the key to that door, but now I do.
Mom's giving you tools for things in your adult life.
Oh my God. I mean, because that's the thing. I'm not even going to say parenthood. I'm going to say motherhood. Because it was something special with mothers, right?
Yeah.
They just had that thing. They sometimes didn't have to use words. It's a universal mother language.
But, having worked at a kindergarten for a bit, I'm just gonna throw this question out there that hopefully will not get us political again.
Right.
But it probably will. And, I think this bond happens, is because, at least in my culture, dads were mostly orbital. Kind of a way-ish. Like, not disconnected, although my dad was completely disconnected. But
yeah, exactly.
But political. But, dads in general, I guess, because of the whole bringing home the bacon kind of thing, culture, they become orbital. And moms are more closer to the center of the kid.
Yeah.
So that's where these looks and things and this bond happens.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Icelandic society, I don't have to I don't get to experience that because I don't have a kid. But you have a kid, and you're living in the Icelandic society where, dads also have parental leave for a chunk of time, and dads specifically get to be less orbital and more close.
Exactly.
So I just think that the question is, before all of this rant was, I think this thing we're mentioning is because moms are closer to the developing kid.
Yeah.
And while dads are more like around.
Yeah. I mean, it's really interesting because I had that same thing with my father, right? He was orbital. There, not there, whatever. But my mom she had to be consistent. She was there. And so, and then of course, when you get older, not always, but for me, I saw my dad in a different light at some point.
Yeah.
And then, but what I wanted to do is be like, I'm here for Laurus, and I want him that connection as well.
I mean, if I had a kid, which I don't, if somebody wants to have a kid with me, I'm probably selling it.
Be careful.
And
people will take you up on that offer.
Yeah, I'll take it back. Backtrack. This whole episode is about me backtracking on my words.
The whole time.
So
that's the name of the podcast. Backtracking.
The Backtracks. and yeah. So what I want to say is that if I ever have a kid, like, what I would personally first would like, and it sounds like a very selfish goal, but not quite. I want to raise the bar from what I experience to what that could be. And I want to have like this bond with my child that's like, if I just look at you, you know you're in. I mean, not only you're in trouble, but not only on the bad parts, but I want to have that kind of bond that we've just been joking about, or that moms have with us, because I mean I feel that's only minimum, it's just showing up for your kid, being there, and having that bond where it's not only the mom that's seen as the first option,
sort of,
the first option, for whatever, love or support or emotional stuff, like I want them also to understand that they can come to me.
And I think the thing that will change, hopefully, is because also it's very interesting, even though Iceland it's far above many countries, there's also the the legal side of it, where mothers automatically have the right to the child.
Yeah.
So currently, to this day, I don't have any rights to Laurus. We are going to the office in September, doesn't matter, to fix that. But it is very interesting because I wonder if that is a result from this kind of where we're talking about orbital closeness, right? Where the mother's close, so they say just give her the rights. If the father wants the rights, then he can kind of show up and say that he wants it. So I wonder if that has something to do with the legal side of it or not. But as on touching on your topic about raising the bar, I felt that way. I feel that way, where I see the good that I got from my parents, right? There was a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because parents, again, putting it out there, are also humans. Like, they're going to mess up.
They are human and they're like us.
When you have a kid, you get to mess up a person in your own special way.
I mean, right?
But what you hope you would do is to just take the good things and just pass them on.
Yeah, take that good and then keep pushing it further. Yeah. And of course there's going to be mistakes, like you said. Like, I really liked it very much. Laurus's mother, her sister, said, it's just one big experiment.
Yeah.
And it sounds like people would think, like, oh my God, that's so careless or something. But that's not what she's saying. It's also to kind of bring a calmness in you, because I think people trying to be, they try to be like too perfect.
Yeah.
Or I am a parent now, so I have to know all the answers. It's okay to not know all the answers. And it's okay to admit that you're learning. And the child, I think, then sees, okay, adults learn too. They make mistakes too. And that means that I can do that. Yeah. And I can learn and I can get better and I can make a mistake and it's all okay. I think it's a great example for a kid to see. And that is part of raising the bar, I think.
Sure.
I don't know. That's just what I think.
Deep and political. And oh my God. All of these things in this podcast.
I just looked at your little poster over here and I saw the word bravery. I'm just going to say I'm feeling very brave right now.
Yeah. But, yeah, exactly. And in that experiment, like people who say that experiments are careless, they have probably never even read what the scientific method is. Mm-hmm. Because even an experiment has certain parameters and things like degrees of liberties and stuff like that. So it's not just like, I'm just going to throw this thing and see what happens. Mm-hmm. So there are certain parameters and all of that.
Exactly.
So, yeah. And in this raising the bar thing and passing these good things that you got from your parents to your kid, you know, mess is going to happen. Some bad things are going to filter through. And you can't help that. No. I don't have kids. And I hope, and I'm also putting this in record. So if I ever have a kid, I just listen to myself saying this, and because I will probably be one of those parents that will be like, my kid has to be like the best in everything.
Oh Lord, what are these?
I'm gonna be like, my kid's gonna be speaking like 7 languages by the time they're like 4.
Listen. My baby has 4, so top that. Just kidding.
Like, my baby's gonna learn to talk when they're like 8 months. If they don't learn to talk, I will just put them out for adoption.
Like, next baby, you're gonna get real canceled for that. You better start backtracking.
I'm kidding. Please don't put your babies up for adoption.
No. But it's okay if you do. Now you're making adoption look bad. Way to go. Hashtag canceled.
Dan is over party.
Right.
Oh my God.
Next podcast.
Just
Hello,
Jimmy.
This is Jimmy. Oh, I love that. Just Jimmy. That's such a good idea. Anything else you want to say to cancel yourself? To be sure that I can get this podcast by myself?
No, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. To quote one of the most prolific philosophers in these current times, Miss Cracker, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. I mean, drag queens are so much fun.
Yeah. They're so quotable, though.
They're so what?
Quotable.
Oh, quotable. Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean,
all right. So, yeah, we got real deep, real political.
mm-hmm.
I backtracked the hell out of this podcast.
The whole podcast. Yeah.
But, yeah. So, I guess we'll see you next time.
Yeah. I mean, what a good way to finish.
I know.
I felt like we had this beautiful thing. Now let's just stop it. As I keep talking.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, we'll see you next time. And the next messy episode of Listen.
Bye,
Bye, bitch. Thanks for listening to this messy episode of Listen. If you want to share the spotlight with us, feel free to follow us on our socials at LSTN Pod on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you want us to talk about something, send us a line at lstnpod@gmail.com. Till next time, bye bitch!